at the store, I should've finished it. Bust a nigga watermelon open with a lemon squeeze. All I really smoke is pink runs and Billy Kimber weed. Finna pull up on Freaky T, got some different weed. Gelato 33 and Oreo cake, I get it to the G.
What's good with y'all boys? It's your boy Exotic Minds, where everything we do, everything we think is exotic. So guys, for this video topic, I just want to switch it up just a little bit. We're still going to be on men's self-help, but I'm actually going to be talking about exercising, dieting, and how I was able to lose 60 pounds in, I would say, about 7 to 8 months. So, you really don't want to lose that much in that short of time, but the reason I did is because that was my first time really taking exercising seriously and wanting to do it. You know, when I was younger, my dad and my brother, they would always try and, get me to work out, and it was always a hassle, always a pain. I did not want to do it. I was that lazy kid who just wanted to play games or hang out with friends, like that. And I still like to get active. I just didn't like to just exercise and stuff like that. Like, I would go out and I would play with my friends, and that would be like a form of exercise for me, I guess. Like, I would run around, play tag, stuff like that. I wasn't like just lazy sitting around not doing shit, but that's just not how I wanted to spend my time as a kid. And now that I'm an adult now, I understand they were just trying to help me, and I'll always thank them for that, introducing me to that. But the biggest key, guys, is getting a foundation, dieting, and honestly, not even really like dieting, but dieting a little bit. I'll explain that. And what's the third one? Oh yeah, and having a set goal in mind. What do you want to look like? What are your goals? How much body fat percentage do you want, or how much do you want to weigh, and how muscular do you want to be? Do you just want to be fit and not like too bulky, or do you just want to be cut and have like 6 to 8% body fat? You really got to know those things. You got to know what you want to look like. So get a mental picture of what you want to look like. And I would say just go on Google and just kind of just look at bodies, honestly. Pause, big pause. But, you got to know what you want to look like. So, a foundation for me was, honestly, I didn't know what I was doing. Honestly, I just kind of started and scooped up information along the way. I did a lot of HIIT exercises, and that's another good way of burning calories, guys. Because cardio is important. It's not as important as people make it seem, like it's the magical thing. That's not what's going to keep the weight off, but it's going to help you lower your calories and stay in that deficit, and that's what you want. So, HIIT exercises I did, and HIIT is just high intensity interval training. If you don't know what that is, I would say just YouTube it. There's a lot of different ways you can do HIIT, and it's kind of a good time saver and a lot more active. And if you don't really like doing long sessions of cardio, it's a good replacement. Or you can do that and sessions of cardio throughout the week. That's what I do now. I'll do 2 to 3 HIIT exercises a week, and on the days I don't, I'll just walk on an incline for like 30 minutes the other days. But I did HIIT exercising, and I did HIIT exercises. I did strength training, which is another key, guys. You need to do some form of strength training. That's how you actually get to keep that fat off of you. You need to replace that fat with muscle. Turn that fat into muscle, And it doesn't really matter the type of strength training that you do. It just depends on what you prefer and what are your goals, how fast you want to get to your goals. Right now, I'll do all body weight and calisthenics type exercises. So I'll do push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, dips, basically things like that. But just a lot of different variations. I'll still do some dumbbell exercises for my shoulders and certain muscle groups that are harder to hit with body weight exercises. But when I was first starting out, I did do weights, and they work just as fine, guys. Honestly, it's just all a matter of preference. And for my diet, really, guys, I didn't go too hard on the diet like I am now. Like right now, I'll actually calorie count. I'll weigh out certain foods to know what I'm eating, and I'll try and stick, get all my all my grams of protein in for the day, because you really want to consume about, I would say, like a 1-to-1, 1 gram per 1 pound that you weigh. So like if you weigh 200 pounds, you really want to eat like 200 grams of protein a day. And back in the day, I didn't really do that, and I guess it doesn't really matter too much, like not too much when you're like really overweight or obese. I was in the obese category. I was 242, so it didn't really matter kind of what I ate. No, it did matter what I ate, but it didn't matter too much about the calorie counting. I was just always mindful of what I was eating. You know, I would eat chicken with peppers, onions, and stuff like that. I would still have like a little bit of carbs throughout the day. I would just eat a lot less. I will be mindful of what I was eating. You know, I would just check the nutrition label real quick, and I'll be like, all right, that's not too high. That's not too, you know, not too much, not too many carbs. Cause I did try and stay away from carbs, because, you know, I thought carbs were evil, but they're not really evil, guys. You know, it just takes a lot of different type of research. But when I was first starting off, I thought carbs were evil, so I just stayed away from like a lot of carbs. Honestly, I think I would eat like at max maybe like 10 to 15 grams a day of carbs. But now I know that's not really necessary. You just have to be in a caloric deficit. That's really the key to losing weight, is being in a caloric deficit. You know, you want to be around like 200 to 500 below your maintenance calories. And I was probably like honestly way below that. That's probably why I dropped down so fast. And, you know, I was doing a lot of cardio too throughout the week, so that's probably why I dropped down like super quick. But, you know, that didn't really bring on any health problems, thankfully. I guess I just kind of lost weight at a very, very fast rate. But that's really the main key, guys. You really want to just get a quick, back to the diet. You really just want to get like a quick overview of what you eat. You know, you just want to stay away from fast food, stay away from fried foods, stay away from junk, you know, snacks, stuff like that, like unhealthy stuff. You just want to eat like lean meats, vegetables, fruits are okay, smoothies, stuff like that. Just be mindful of what you're eating. A lot of people know what they should and what they shouldn't be eating when trying to lose weight. You know, you just got to have that discipline that, you know, enough is enough. I'm going to sacrifice now, get to where I want to be, so I can enjoy the things that I really like to eat in, you know, portion amounts. You know, you don't want to overdo it and go back rubber band to where you were. But, you know, once you lose a lot of weight and get to a certain level, you can really start enjoying, you know, the finer things, you know, that you were eating back then. And it won't affect you as much as it would be if you were, you know, trying to start out losing weight and still eating the same stuff, you know. So just change up your diet just a little, guys. Start cooking for yourself. Stop eating out so much. The only times I would eat out when I was losing weight will be with family. And even when I went out with family, I would still, you know, order, I would say, like, I'll try to get the healthiest thing on the menu, like chicken, rice, stuff like that. And if I didn't have time to make dinner or something, I would grab some Chipotle, because Chipotle is a good alternative, you know, a good meal. Chipotle, you can really do good Chipotle. Get you some double chicken, some rice, just load up what you want. I think max your bowl will be, it really depends on what you get your bowl, but they have a good nutrition calculator you can check online or in their app, to where if you build your bowl, it'll show you all the macros and stuff in it. So just play around with that, guys. That's a good place to go. Pulp, they got protein packer smoothies, Smoothie King, you know, a lot of smoothie places and a lot of health places that sell like wraps and stuff like that. Those are the kind of places you want to eat. Not no McDonald's, not really none of that. And even though like some fast food has like little healthy things here and there, I know Taco Bell has a protein, like a little protein bowl that's like 430 calories, you know, has some good protein in it. So I guess that's okay too, but, you know, it has a lot of salt and stuff in it. So you really just want to be mindful of what you're eating. You don't have to go too crazy. You don't have to really like start counting calories until you get like down to a lower weight and you're trying to get that like last bit of fat off, kind of. So guys, yeah, so just a quick recap. Do strength training, get you some cardio in, have a goal in mind of what you really want to like look like, you know. Just have an end goal of, you know, what do I want to do? And, you know, this can go opposite for, you know, people who are skinnier and they see this video. You know, you can put on 60 pounds, do the opposite, you know, just instead of being a caloric deficit, you be in a caloric surplus. So you'll be eating over 200 to 500, and you'll probably be doing less cardio, but, you know, you'll still be doing strength training and eating your protein, stuff like that, and still dieting. But just be dieting in a different way, and just knowing what you want to look like in the end, honestly, because you can lose fat and put on muscle at the same time. So what I say, yeah, resistance training, dieting, get you some cardio in, and just having a goal in mind, guys. But don't kill yourself on the diet. Do something that's sustainable and that will last long. That will, you know, at least I would say like 5 to 6 months, or depending on how long you do. You know, you don't have to keep eating the same thing every single day. Just be mindful of what you're eating, guys. That's the main key. And just get your mind right too for the journey, because if your mind is right, that'll make the journey a whole lot easier, guys. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.